This is the clock that my dad was working on for the last year or two before he passed away. He got this. He got the mechanism. I believe it was from a place called Clock Kit. I found some documentation on it, and it's got some. My dad had to modify some plans to get the pendulum to fit in the cabinet because for some reason the pendulum was longer than what the plans called for. And I don't know if somebody goofed up on the plans or if something changed, but whatever the case is, my dad made the cabinet himself from plywood, and he did stain the front of the cabinet. As you see, it looks pretty nice. Get up closer to it. It looks like the new spot that I've got on top of this movie cabinet here. It's actually a little bit of ways. It's across the room from where I did have it. You can see the desk there where it used to be in front of the window, so it's now across the room and over here. I was afraid this movie cabinet was going to be kind of wobbly, but I've been testing it here a little bit. It seems to be okay so far, but as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to try to hang this up in a more stable spot so it'll keep a... Yeah, where it was sitting at the desk over there, the desk I guess is a little bit crooked, whether it's leaning forward or something, but the pendulum kept stopping on me all afternoon. I just got it now working. As you can see, it's a little after 6 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and push this thing forward a little bit. Actually, I'll push it back. Let me open this up a bit. The inside is not stained. As you can see, I finished the side. And we move this car here a bit. You can see where I worked on it up here. The car looks really nice up here, so I'm going to leave them on. I worked on this side. I did the back and the bottom also. The inside is unstained. Let me see if I can open this. Come on. There. So I'm going to leave that. That actually looks really good. But let me push this back a bit so you can hear the chime on this. Maybe? Oh. Well. Oh, come on. Well, it doesn't want to chime now. I wonder if I messed it up. It's quiet now. Oh. This sounds a lot like a mantel clock that my dad had when I was a kid. Maybe that's why I like the sound of it so much. Well, I'm going to try to keep this clock in as good a condition as I can in honor of my dad. I'll see if maybe I can figure out a way to get it hanging on a wall somewhere where it's more stable. But it seems to be okay here, and I like it. I like where it's sitting at. It matches everything else pretty nicely. So we'll see how this goes.